Okay. So going. All right. Good evening, one and all. Just waiting for the followers to build up. Good evening to you, beauty and things. All right. So good evening, one and all. My name is Aki Samuel. I am the founder, owner, and director of Andrew Sport and Entertainment Consultancy. And this is She Mode. We present to you She Mode. This is an Andrew Sport and Entertainment Consultancy production. And She Mode is a 2-day interview / podcast that will be happening online, where we will be highlighting the achievements of women in both sport and entertainment in celebration of International Women's Day. Tonight we are dealing with entertainment, and our guest is multiple-time Calypso Monarch finalist, Miss Stacy. Right? So this is what we are about and what we want to highlight, some of the great things that women in our country have done. So She Mode is entitled to not just highlight the greatness of women, but encourage young girls and persons in our country, regionally and internationally, to be the best that they can be. So let's see if we can get our guests to come in. All right. Good night to you, beauty and things. I don't know who you are. So just waiting for our guests to come in, and we shall begin. I hope everyone is having a great evening thus far. God blessings to you all. And right on cue, we have our guest for this evening. Let us not go through the the the, 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 the hurdles that it took to get here. Are you hearing me properly?
I am hearing you. I am hearing you. Good evening to you. Good evening to your live guests.
Yes.
My live guest as well.
Yes, it is good. It is good to be here. It is good to be in the land of living. And as stated from before, this is an Andrew Sport and Entertainment Consultancy production. We present to you She Mode, a 2-day IG podcast interview where we'll be highlighting women achievement in both sport and entertainment in celebration of International Women's Day, which is on March 8th, and is celebrated yearly. Tonight we deal with entertainment, diving into Calypso, and with us is our guest, Miss Stacey. Well, enough of me talk. I know you all didn't come here to hear me talk. Although my voice is wonderful, I am also a voiceover artist. But that's enough of me. I want to hear you, Miss Sue. So,
good evening.
yes,
Once again, good evening.
you send me a bio, but I don't just want to spit off the bio.
Right.
I want the viewers to get a glimpse of who you are. So the first question is, tell us your name and how you got your start in the business.
It's a long story, so I'll give you the short version. Well, my name is Stacy Abraham. I started at a very young age in the business, doing background vocals to my father, who's also a Calypsonian. He goes under the name Joku. And I sing under the sobriquet Stacy Sobers because that's the name I used when I started singing. Yeah. I've been in the industry for over 20 years. I'm not trying to give away my age, not that I care. But over 20 years I've been in the business, and it's been growing, and and rewarding thus far.
Okay, that is good. Going through your bio,
Mm-hmm.
I saw something at the beginning of the bio that piqued. There are two things that piqued my interest.
Right.
The most important one that piqued my interest. Um, I am old enough that I was fortunate to get the tail end of all the great things that happened in the 70s, the 80s, and the early to mid 90s. I'm old enough to got the tail end of everything, and I thank God for that. There's something I saw called, I know it as party time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the group that you say that you, I was
Sorry.
like, immediately, I saw that, I was like, what? I need to hear
Yeah.
more about this.
Over.
So elaborate on that for me, Miss Owens.
Right. So I was about 17 years old, and I was dabbling in the music, doing some, that time Patra was all, dub was the thing that was singing then. And I was singing with a group called Back by Nature. It was me and a gentleman named Shagan Mendoza. And we entered party time. I was 17 years old. We entered party time. We were very successful in the prelims and the semifinals. We came first, and the finals we placed fourth. So it was a very, 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 very interesting time. But that era was one that propelled me. Well, give me some recognition as well. As everybody said, let's go sing Sweet the Man, let's go sing Sweet the Man. So that gave me an additional push in the industry. Party time was it for most people then.
Yes, party time was it. I remember as a little boy, the minute I saw it, it popped. The minute I saw the name, it popped. I was like, I know this group.
And you know, then back then, everybody running inside to see party time on a Saturday morning. You don't miss that.
Saturday morning at 9, sometimes they come on at 10, and we there glued in front of televisions for the next hour or so. So
Correct, correct.
this thing is super. So we in reading and looking up a bit of you, you get to see that you mentioned that you've been in the business for 20 odd years. You started doing for your father. You know, you have a few super hits under your belt. Um, who are some or where some of the important or famous persons or places you have performed during that time?
Well, I would have to say, in more recent times, I did the ABC tent at the Tabernacle in London. I was a part of their tent in 2018. I did a guest appearance there. That was one international trip. I also did Park House Theatre in Canada last year, where I did the Calypso musical, Roman Spencer's Calypso musical. And I will have to say the Damascus stage, which is our big stage. Yeah.
Right. So you okay. I'm a fan of music. I'm involved in the entertainment business,
Right.
but I'm a fan of Calypso. It's not to say that I know it from a Calypsonian's perspective. Let me put it that way. I know I am familiar with it from the business
Mm-hmm.
side, but the Calypsonian side and just singing in primary school and stuff like that. So from when you started, so what is being showcased now? What is the difference in Calypso from when you started to now?
So when I started, I aspired to be like the giant in the business because they were doing their thing. I
There's no
mean,
other way.
as a youth, I never missed Skinner Park. I never missed the March Crash because that's where you find all the stories. That's where you get all the information. Um, in that aspect, a lot has not changed. But now, for me, it's that I am that person. I am that person disseminating the information, spreading the message. And the music is, the messages are the same. And you still get that social commentary about things that happen in the country. You still get some political commentary. But the music itself has grown in that it's not just a handful of people doing it. Right? we have more people delving into the Calypso art form. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so true. And you're seeing the growth that the business has gone through from just being something that you look forward to on a Sunday, but and actually being a big part internationally in a global brand that is not just Carnival, but what is Calypso on the whole. Um, this is a show to celebrate International Women's Day, and there's a plethora of achievements that women have done throughout the years, just locally alone, that too much to come. Seeing that it's International Women's Day coming and it's being celebrated, what does that day signify for you?
For me personally, it signifies growth and my accomplishments over the year, moving from one level to the next. But generally, it signifies strength, resilience, determination, and everything that a woman is to everybody, right? Because it doesn't matter how old your children get, mommy's still everything, banker, confident, right? Women, I think this could be my biased opinion. Women carry a lot. They carry a lot, and their strength and resilience is to be applauded. International Women's Day should be every day, in my opinion, right? Because it's not just one day we have to watch this skin knee or advise somebody. Even in the workplace, women have been carrying the torch, holding their own, and just doing the everyday things that we are assumed not to do. Yeah, so for me, it's strength, resilience, perseverance, and getting it done.
Okay, so that is fine. That is fine. That is a good. That is a good. I can't argue with that. Being a multiple-time finalist, um, and seeing you are. They are multiple-time. Come on, man. It's an accolade. It's not lies. I'm not lying here.
Yeah, okay. Nope. I appreciate that.
It's not lying. It's not once you made the final. You made it multiple times.
That's true, yes.
You are a multiple-time Calypso Monarch or the Mashgraph finals. From your other times to this year being a finalist and closing the show. Closing the show. Because most people will think that coming on last is an advantage. It has its advantage and then it has its disadvantage. Especially if whoever come before you do a real good job and you have to follow that.
Agreed.
What is your favorite final night moment? Is it this year or the other times?
Absolutely this year. Absolutely this year. One, the song was a giant song. The song was a giant song. Yeah. Two, the work that went into preparing the performance, the dancers, the background vocalists, the storyline, the amount of work that went into that and the execution on that stage was overwhelming. Overwhelming. It was a beautiful night. It was really, really, really good. And the persons behind these things, Rishon, Pierre Kerr, Javon Abraham, Jared Lioto, who else? Ooh, it's so much people to mention, right? If I don't call your name, I still have it in my heart. Designers, people like Sheldon Warner. Everybody that came together to make that night possible. When I got out on that stage, it was a pleasure to do that song. to represent all the people that pushed me there. Because the song was what the song was. Thank you very much for helping me get here. Yeah.
I was there on final. That's why I specifically asked that question.
It was a really powerful night. I was telling somebody when I started to sing on that stage, I could have feel like I conjure up all the ancestors. They're like everybody behind me here, and I was just like, all right, Stacy, get this done. Let's go. But it was really a powerful performance, really a powerful night, and I appreciate everyone that brought it to life.
That's good, man. That's good. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking on that, and let's elaborate more on the Calypso business. We have seen the Calypso business grown from strength to strength over the years. Style of Calypso has changed over the years from how to put it, from a very laid back, mellow execution to now where you sing a variety of tempos being involved into the music now. And we have seen our share of female winners and top 3 and top 5 places in this competition. Do you believe enough is being done by the organizers or the promoters to encourage young women in the art form, in the Calypso art form? Let me be more specific.
For me personally, and I am talking as co-manager of the only female Calypso tent in the world at present, I think a lot more can be done. I think we should be able to invest in the women that are interested in the art form. And within investing, we can accelerate the progress of the art form. I mean, put in place programs, music programs, writing programs, anything that would enhance and encourage them to stay or come to the art form. We could do a lot more. We could do a lot more.
Okay, so in that being said, in doing more, does it come from the investor side or the Calypsonian side itself that you would like to see? Because most people would say, we need help, we need support. Yeah. But what does support look like?
Right, so let's go with the saying, God help those who help themselves. If we don't start, people don't be interested in, if you're not doing nothing, you have to be doing something. So I think we, the Calypsonian, could start. We could start because a lot of us are musicians, a lot of us have degrees, a lot of us. We could start and then seek, or the authorities, we talking to go, we talking NCC. I mean, this is our thing. We could invest in it. We could invest in it. Yeah.
Okay. As we dealing with getting more women into the art form, you yourself have been in this business for more than 2 decades, and you have seen its ups and you have seen its downs. You have seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, whatever the case may be. Yourself being a co-manager of a tent, a singer, a writer, musician in the whole own right, what methods do you implement to encourage young women in the art form?
Well, firstly, I would say by way of the songs I compose, the songs I sing, which are generally uplifting, most of them for empowering women. 2, within the tent, the nurturing and the time that was given to me to help me hone my craft. I tend to extend that to the women that come to the bars, and I see them grow. I see the progress. And some not everybody stays at the Beavers, but they go on to do other things. A lot of them do competitions outside of the national competitions and excel. And it's just a matter of encouraging them. Just a matter of encouraging them. And I think not tooting horn, but I think I have done a fair share of encouragement in that aspect and wearing those hats.
Okay. Sharing that. All right. In seeing that, in terms of encouragement, the world has become so much smaller now in terms of barriers. No longer somebody saying, well, I don't speak that language. That that's like the world get real small now, and you have a variety of things that can help you excel in your business and your brand. The world has become much smaller through social media. As a woman and as an artist, do you see the importance of social media? That is.
Now we say that the world has become smaller, but social media is a big place. The internet and the whole is a big place. I think if we utilize social media responsibly in for growing our brand, for sharing what we offer as entertainers, I think the world could be our oysters just from social media alone. I mean, you could grow your fan base. You get bookings from somebody's just seeing you or seeing what you offer. So I think using it to our advantage is a good thing. It's a good thing. It opens doors. Using it responsibly. Said responsibly.
That's very
Did I say
important.
responsibly? Responsibly.
Yes, responsibly. Very important. That is very important. Speaking of social media, I don't know if I was wrong. Did I see you perform Brass to the World for Carnival?
Me? Brass to the World? No. No, I was with Beaver Anderson on a truck. If it's a truck you're talking about, it could be on a truck for Carnival Monday and Tuesday, but no, I didn't perform at Brass to the World.
I don't know. I'm probably mixing it up. I know I saw a brass band passing on a truck. I was like, this person looked like Stacey.
If it was with kinetic mass, yes, possibly me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the good old days. I done some of that in my early time. It was good to get back on the road with the live brass on the road.
That being honest, that was a highlight of the carnival season for me.
Yeah, it was.
Seeing live bands on the road, I was like, wow.
That was a good thing. I mean, I know some people started doing it a while now, but it's growing back. It's growing. A lot more people getting back into the brass and the bands on the road, the live bands on the road.
Yes, it was good. Yeah. Sticking with women, we will wrap up soon. Who are some of your favorite female calypsonians?
Ooh, who are some of my favorite? Let's see. Calypso Rose, of course. United Sisters, or the Awesome Foursome, as I call them. Tigress, Marvelous Mava, late Lady B, and the late singing Sandra. That makes up my Awesome Foursome. Karen Eccles. Who else? Lady Adana. I love Lady Adana. If we're talking my contemporary, there's a lot of young women that I like for one reason or the other. Either their voice, power in their voice, the stage presence, how they portray themselves on stage. It's too much. I like everybody. Sorry. I can't just pinpoint. I like everybody. I like something from everybody. Yeah.
Sticking with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But you must have a favorite calypso by a female artist.
That is not even a fair statement. I'm a woman. It's not fair. I have so much of people that I look up to get to this point. You can't tell me I have one song. Okay, let me do you one better. Let me give me my top 10. I can give him a top 10.
Go ahead. I can take that. And why?
And,
If you're going for it, stay out and give me why.
okay.
Why you like that?
Okay, so Missing Generation, Elandon, Black Woman, Elandon, Lifeline, Marie Innes. That has become one of my favorite in most recent times. Although I'd like it long time when I play on TV and I run inside to see it. But that was me. I don't know about anybody else. Singing Sandra, Woman Horrors, or Die With My Dignity, as they call it. Calypso Rose Abatina. Mind Your Child from Carnicles. You know that one?
I love
Look up
that.
that one. Look up that one. Now Leaving, Denise Plummer. And I'm throwing one of mine.
That's all right.
I'm throwing one of mine. I have to say my 2018 offering, which I sang when I won the Queens and King. I would have to put that one in there because that's one of my all-time favorites. Still remains one of my all-time favorites. And why these songs, when they were sung, represented not just the artist that was singing it, but women in general. Women in general, yes. And they are relevant today. They remain timeless. They could still be applied to something, any one of those songs. Somebody could listen to one of those songs and be uplifted. You have things like Run Away from Singing Francine, them kind of things. Anything that empowers women, for me, from women, is huge. It's really huge. That's what I tell you. You can't just have one. It will never just have one. Never. Never. Could never have one.
All right, that's
It's too much of them. And these people have catalogs of music, not just one song. I can listen to Ella Andel album all day. I can listen to Singing Sandra all day.
sure very tunes. I have real music, you know.
I can listen to Calypso Rose all day. I can listen to Denise Plummer all day.
He's not, I know as you say, in these women's catalogs are
One.
long.
One. But my favorite one. I have a favorite one. Can never have a favorite one. And it's been that way. It's been that way. So yeah, it's been that way.
So let's wrap up with this final question. You have given us a lot of information, and you're simply so that not just myself but the audience can understand as well. Outside of being a Calypsonian, being a Calypsonian as well, and being a woman, and being amongst people outside of the Calypso realm. From your personal experience, what is a word of advice you give to young ladies, young women who want for two things, who want to enter into the business and life in general? I like personal experiences because I believe that resonates with the soul on a deeper level, and you never know who you're speaking to and who's listening to you.
Agreed.
And what impact God wants you to have on these people. So go ahead.
I would say life is scary. But if you're fearful right through, you never follow your dreams and they'll be just that dreams. So my advice is to pursue your interests with all your heart and passion. Let nobody tell you you can't because they don't know your strength. They don't know what you can do. Maybe telling you can because they didn't, because they couldn't. Right? But don't let nobody tell you you can't. If you try and you fail, use it as a stepping stone to get to the next level. okay, so I tried it that way and it didn't work, so let me try this way. What did I do wrong then that I could change for the next time I could try? And lastly, I would say, surround yourself with positive people, positive, like-minded people, people that would challenge you, people that would push you to want better and do better for yourself. In my experience, you can never do it alone. Ask questions. If you're not sure, ask questions. It could be an art to some people, but they will understand your persistence if they really want to assist you. Ask questions. Do your own research. But all in all, follow your dreams and stay true to yourself and trust God always. And that'll be my advice. That'll be my advice. Yeah.
Well, I thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it right here on Just Sport and Entertainment Consultancy on our live interview podcast. We have dive into some very powerful things, simple and straightforward. That's how I like it. Simple and straightforward. No beating
So
around the
it's about
bush, no beating around the bush or anything like that. So I thank you very much, Ms. Subas. Any final comments you would like to make?
I want to tell you, keep doing this because showcasing talent, sport or otherwise, it's a good thing that you're doing, and I wish you blessings for it. And send a shout out to my team. Yay, team! You all know yourselves. I love and appreciate you all very much. Thank you to the followers. Thank you to the fans. Thank you to everyone who stopped me on the street after the match and say, hey, I'm proud of you. And that was my win. That was my big win. So thank you.
As you said that, there was a woman in the audience that looked just like you. And the amount of people, including me, who was like, Stacy, you do real good on the show. And this woman was getting upset every single time. I was playing a joke. I know it wasn't. And she was like, this is about the same person. I am not Stacy. But it's all good. Like that you said, pick up the entire team. So no one can say you didn't call the name.
Yeah, the team big, the team big. And I love and appreciate each and every one of them. And they know it.
All right. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of night 1 of She Mode. We have 2 more nights. I forgot that. We have tomorrow, and then we have Thursday, God's willing as well. So, this has been an Andrew Sport and Entertainment Consultancy production, She Mode, where we had the lovely multiple-time Calypso Monarch finalist, Miss Stacey Subas, with us in the building. I want to say God bless, good night, and tune in tomorrow, please God, where we share more. So, Miss Subas, good night to you, and God bless.
Same to you. Thanks for having me.
No problem.